Good morning. Well, good afternoon by the time you get this probably. It's Wednesday, time for another update. I'm wandering around at church and I just thought I'd come into the nook here where we've got all these photos and things with a great bit of history, and down here there's a meeting happening and there's Noel and Wendy and Quentin. Hi everyone.
I'm trying to find Wendy on Facebook.
Noel's doing some research on Facebook. Wendy,
Yes.
you've started working here just lately. What's your job?
My job is to work with these wonderful young guys and to empower them for children's ministry.
So Wendy's taken over while Priscilla is on maternity leave. I always get the name wrong. And Wendy comes to us from 20-something years. How many?
24.
24 years doing children's work in various capacities around Christchurch. And we're just so delighted that Wendy's able to join us. And a really nice link is that your mum's in the church.
She is.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's
That's
a long history.
long history.
My mum and my dad.
Yeah, and Wendy's dad was Derek, Derek Holland, who was the treasurer of the church for many years. Anyway, I'll leave you guys to carry on with your meeting. Looks pretty serious, but then it's children's work. That is a serious business. And Bradley's having another meeting here with some folk from Vision West talking about, I think they're talking about what stage 2 is going to look like. I'll just get back into the office. Hi. Sometimes I read some scripture, and today's one's an interesting one that I thought I'd share with you. Whoever says, "I abide in him," ought to walk just as he walked. That comes from the letter of 1 John chapter 2, and it's in a little stream of thought that's talking about how God has deep concern and care for us, that we have an advocate in Jesus who has made an amazing sacrifice for us, and that we are to obey his commands. So we say we love God and we express our joy at what has happened for us in Jesus. There's also some responding for us to do and thinking about the commands, and if we say we love Jesus, then it will be evident in the way that we walk. Maybe that's a challenge to think about for you today. It's certainly a challenge for me to think about, because I'm not sure if I always walk in the way that I'm meant to walk. So I just leave that verse with you. That's from 1 John chapter 2, verse 6. There are some items of news for us to think about. We're in level 2 of the COVID lockdown, trying to keep a lid on it. And I think mostly in our circle at Oxford Terrace, everybody's doing their best. One or two folk decided to stay at home last week from church on Sunday, and that's fine. That's a good idea if that's what you want to do. We've got lots of management in place, hand washing with disinfectant at the doors, a register where you can click with your phone to say that you've been into our facility, or you can sign your name, different things like that, and of course the 100 maximum for any of our gatherings. We are still thinking about running our Phantom of the Opera event on the 28th of August, and hopefully over the next few days we'll get a bit of a feeling for whether or not that's going to be doable. We're really hopeful that it will still occur as we do that fundraising event. Some other bits and pieces of news. This coming Sunday, Andrew Meek is preaching from Daniel chapter 3, so you might want to read Daniel chapter 3 in advance. Chapter 3 of Daniel starts getting quite animating and quite exciting. A little bit of challenge and drama starts to go on. And I'm looking forward to what Andrew has to say as we keep on chipping our way through Daniel. It's been interesting to me the last 2 weeks. Loads of feedback from people who have been quite interested in what we're coming up with as we preach our way through Daniel. Something else that we're talking about doing, we've done terrace talks a few times over the years, seminars, a midweek seminar, perhaps 3 weeks in a row, maybe on a Tuesday or a Wednesday night. And in September, we're talking about doing that. And we're also talking about doing meals for 8 in people's homes. And so September's shaping up to potentially be quite busy. There's no election to worry about now, that's been put off. So we'll make the most of September as we do some different things, depending on the COVID issues that we're facing. The terrace talk, if we go ahead with that, we've been doing some research into what I think you would call Treaty of Waitangi engagement. Someone has asked the question, why don't we do some more work on that? And Andrew and myself, we've been chatting about it, and we thought it was a really good idea. And as it happens, we've got 2 people connected to us who are coming to Christchurch or resident in Christchurch who've got some exceptionally good teaching that they can help us with as we express our faith in an awareness of what our treaty partnership looks like here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. So I think they are most of the bits of news. I've just mentioned Aotearoa, New Zealand, and yesterday I got a lovely email from Torsten and Petra. Many of you remember them. They were here and they ended up getting stuck here for a while, but eventually they were able to fly home to Austria. And so they might be watching. Hi to you guys in Austria, and to everybody else who's not closely connected to Oxford Terrace, who's been watching these things, hi to you as well. God bless you, and we'll see you soon, either virtually or in person. Bye.